Alrighty, heading on to match one. Just a reminder, this is best of one, so only one game, no sideboarding. I'm not too happy about our deck, but I think it's good. I think it's with 3 Luminous Bonds, it mitigates the fact that we don't have the number of creatures that I would like. There also wasn't much to splash. There were some powerful spells such as Hypothesis, but they just didn't fit the strategy and didn't help our low creature count problem. So this is a good hand. We don't have too many 2-drops, so it's not like we can mulligan for 2-drops. It's unfortunate that we don't have any red. We would like to draw a mountain here, but yeah, we're keeping this. I'm just rambling. So, yep. Our second is Luminous Bonds. So this game might shape out. We could like play Blade Instructor Delver. So play Blade Instructor, kill 3 creatures, and just bash in. But since our opponent is playing Golgari, I expect to be faced with a lot of removal. So yeah. Ideally, we would draw Mountain and really develop our board here. Excellent. So what are we doing here? I think we're playing the Challenger. Excuse me. Oh, here's what I like. We can play the Steamkin first, and then play Response to kill this after they block, if they block. And I think I like that. The Steamkin will trigger off Response if they choose to block it. I don't mind either way. So they did not. Just a bit of a shame that they probably know that we have an instant now. We're just gonna set a stop, so we bluff. I want to be consistent, so they don't know we have specifically this. So they're attacking. Are we? I don't think we need to remove this now. I'm not thinking too much at this point, but actually this will pump the Steamkin. I think I like this. Wait, so yeah, we're casting it. We could also save it for its 5 mana split card. We might be spilling a bit here, but yeah, we'll see. Now we can trigger Mentor on this, play Luminous Bonds on this, and we're off to have a good turn. Sacred Foundry is a great draw here. We'll play it post combat, and it will put our Steamkin to a 5/5 to a 4/4. So yeah, let's do this. Don't think there's much in form of response. They don't have Whisper Agent up, since they only have actually it doesn't. Yeah, we want to play this post combat, so this gets a counter. So this gets 2 counters this turn. So okay, shock ourselves here and play the Challenger. Now we have quite a powerful board and 2 pieces of removal, so let's just hope they don't have the 6 mana board wipe, which would just own us completely, and we should just win this game easily, but we're not playing around rares at this point. Okay, Prey Upon. So Death Touch is gonna take care of that. Yep. I was hoping they would play blockers instead of removal. This is kind of annoying since they gain a bit of life, but they spend all their mana. They have 2 cards in hand, so this is fine. We're just gonna pass turn here. Alright. So land, not what we want to see at this point, but so we'll just pacify this. Attack with everything, get a mentor trigger. We're also gonna keep the planes in hand, so it can protect our last card, the Luminous Bonds, from the rats. The 2-mana rats that discard a card. This is a common play when playing versus red. You hold on a card to protect your spell. So, okay, a good victory first. We have been served, our food has served us with a lot of removals, so we're really playing off the back of that. So let's see what we're playing against. I think most pools support Dimir. There are a lot of good Dimir commons, a lot of good removal spells in black. There's a lot of reasons to be Dimir. I think. Actually, let me check my spreadsheet here. See my sealed decks. I've mostly played in sealed. I've played Selesny a bit. I've only played Golgari once. And Boros twice. Dimir. Oh, I thought I played more Dimir. I have only played Dimir once, apparently. No, I played Dimir twice. So, yeah. Dimir is very well supported in the common slot, so a bit of a good hand actually. I wish we had a 2-drop or a 3-drop, but this should be fine here. Opponent mulligan to 5. Good thing for them that they're on the draw. It's a lot less worse to mulligan to 5 on the draw and limited than it is on the play. On the play, you're pretty much out. But they're still at quite a disadvantage here. We'll see if they manage to keep up with our curve. A delayed curve, but a curve nonetheless, and it's gonna be good. Here we can either play the bonds. Actually, we can play the bonds and the goblins, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna need to clear the way for the blade and structure either way, so I don't mind spilling our removal a bit here. Because next turn we get to attack with the blade and structure, trigger the mana red. Good things can happen here. Let's see what opponent does. Also, I wouldn't mind drawing a land so we can play the Bargent and attack with the 2 surviving creatures. Okay, blade and structure to get specified, so we're just gonna play the Bargent and attack for 6. Grow our banners, and that is a good board stage. Again, just like last game, I prefer if opponent plays blockers instead of removal. But yeah, that did not go our opponent's way. Just mulligan to 5 and did not have much going on. Okay. Move on to game 3. Let's see what we face against. So, opponent played 2 plains and a swamp. I wonder if they were actually playing black-white. I think it's just so rare. I'm sure he wasn't. It's just so rare that you play 2 colors and play a non-supported pair. So here we have kind of a rough hand. I think I'm mulliganing this. This is a very expensive hand. And only 2 land drops. If it were on the play, I might be tempted to keep it, but we're just gonna ship this. This is not great, but we're definitely keeping it. Hopefully, Scry mounted to the top. See if our opponent will. What? Oh, our opponent's mulligan to 5. Rough hands this league. Okay, bottom the 3-drop. Opponent still has their side, their top, their strap. So let's see. Well, we will need to play creature to win this game. Oh, that is very rough on a mulligan. Like you mulligan to 5 and have a Torch Courier. Again, I think this is a very bad card. This set actually has quite a few good 1-drops. I mean, Any Boros will want to play 1-drops to enable 2 powered mentors such as Parhelion Dude and the Sunhome Stalwart. So when you're playing these sort of creatures, you will want to play 1-powered creatures. Another option is playing that Elemental, the 2-drop 1/3. So here, oh nice, we draw the land here, that is good for us. So here we could leave this as a blocker. I think we are kind of forced to leave this as a blocker here. We can either play the Blade Instructor, leave this as a blocker and pass, or we can bash in with this and play the Boros Challenger. I think playing the Blade Instructor sets us up for a more powerful following turn that we can attack with both, trigger Manture, and get tricky with the take card when they try to take down the Blade Instructor. So we're just gonna pass here. If we attack, they can just attack with everything they have, and they'll gain their life back. I'm sure you'll see that interaction. So yeah, click Pinchy there. So let's see. Opponent hasn't done much yet. Oh, Healer's Hawk. That is good on the mirror. And Sworn Companions. So opponent has quite the crowded board. So here's the deal. We can attack with everything, trigger the Stalwart, and play... Yeah, we can play the Challenger later as a blocker. Take heart this. These Sworn Companion is actually very good against our Luminous Bonds plan. But yeah, let's just play... We don't need to play our land since we can play all our instants already. Actually, we can play intervention, but I don't see us needing to do that this turn. So, okay. We only get 1 trigger. Blade Instructor pumps this, and they'll probably block the Blade Instructor. Actually, I'm considering if it's worth saving the Blade Instructor, spending our take card. I'm pretty sure it is, but still worth considering for a bit, because this won't ever, in this board, this won't ever have favorable attacks. So we need to be worried about that, but either way, we're attacking here and playing the Boros Challenger and land, passing the turn. The Boros Challenger functioning as a stopgap for their way too many 1/1s. Next turn we have nice attacks. We can leave the Blade Instructor back probably and just bash in with these two, one trigger and the other. But it looks like they might have a removal spell here, or maybe they're just reading our cards. Let's see what they do. This is still anyone's game for sure. If they find a way to capitalize on these 1/1 dorks, like a mass pump spell, there are a lot of those actually. But for instance, if they play that unicorn, that could be good for them, but we have removal for that. So we'll see what they do. What do you have, opponent? Okay, Luminous Bonds. That is a bummer. So actually, let's pass priority here. So yeah, they're gaining back a lot of life here. That is annoying. They also keep back their Torch Courier, stopping our Blade Instructor from attacking. So okay, here we're gonna bash with the Stalwart and play the Monument as a blocker. So they had a good attack, but that's only because of the removal spell. At Equilibrium, they can only attack with Pendulous Hawk. And we can always attack with the Stalwart. They won't... This board cannot block the Stalwart anytime soon. We have this to trigger the monument. So if we so choose, we can attack with the monument as well next turn. See how it works out for us. Okay, so check this line out. We can integrity the stalwart, pre-combat, attack with both of them. This both will be a 5/5, but we won't have any blockers. It's a line, but it's probably best to just keep Lightning Helix back. So here's what I'm actually gonna do. I could attack with the sword. It would jump or take 3. But we can also attack with the monument and bait them into like quadruple blocking. Let's do that. See what they do. See what they do about this attack. If you're thinking about it. Also, yeah. Actually, the ideal thing to happen would be for them to triple block. Then we can intervention the Healer's Hawk. If they quadruple block, we need to take care of one of the blockers. Okay, nice. They triple block. So we're gonna intervention the Hawk there. This will trigger it, making a 4/4. So if they don't have instants here, they're out of this game. Let's see if they have a response. So do we win? Oh, we don't win. That's fine. It forced us to spill the intervention in the Hawk that we obviously would not like to do that, but it's still fine. Blade Instructor, which is very bad on this board, so let's just attack with the free attack that we have. Actually, I don't think we can attack. See, if we attack, they can bash back for 3. Yeah, this is annoying, but we are on a board stall. So now we would like... I don't remember actually if we have Parhelion Patrol. But yeah, we would like Flyers, the Book Devourer, things like that. So yeah, we draw Sure Strike. We can do a few things with that. We can pump a Blade Instructor, but again, they only need to block 1 Soldier on the Blade Instructor, so the Sure Strike just looks bad here. I think we just need to pass. Slow playing a bit here. Yeah, our other option would be to like Sure Strike, Blade Instructor, and attack with both, triggering them, but having the Blade Instructor as a 4/2 is pretty much as bad as a 3/1. It just serves as a blocker then, which is something, but not enough for me to play this here. So yeah, we're definitely at a standstill here. Oh nice, we draw sort of a flyer. And there's also the question, next turn I would like to draw a cheap blocker, like a 2/2. So we can attack with both and trigger the mentor. But I think even if we don't draw a blocker, oh yeah, what do we do here now? Because if we attack with both of these, we don't leave back any blockers and they get to make a big attack, so I think we're just attacking for 2. We could sacrifice the Blade Instructor just to get a counter on this, to speed up our clock. It's a rough play, I don't like it. This is a 10 turn clock. This pumped would be a 7 turn clock. It would be a 7 turn clock. I don't think we're putting that much pressure by pumping it. I don't want to throw away nothing to make this play, so let's just bash in for 2. We already have 1 removal in hand. I'm not too worried about the development of the game. I think we're favored here. I don't know. We're quite the board stock here. We'll see what opponent does. 2 cards in hand. Goblin Banneret. Well, that is not amazing for them. I'm sure has a lot of 1/1s. I wish we had Cosmotronic Wave in the main deck, but it's just not worth it, I believe. We can consider it. We could cut like Sure Strike or the 1-mana pump spell for it. It's a good card. We'll consider the switch later. And yeah, if this was best of 3, I would be very gladly bringing Cosmotronic Wave in. That card is actually very good. I will try to have 1 when I'm playing Boros. And I'll play it main deck usually. I just didn't want to play it because we already had too many non-creatures and too many removal spells. Okay, so opponent has a Fire Urchin. So no attacks with the Banneret. And yeah, we keep on distance still. Okay, now we have the Bargent. Problem is we can't play the Sergeant and the Sharp Strike. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do nothing. We're gonna play the Sergeant. So next turn we can attack with I don't know what we're doing. Let's attack with the Stalwart, I believe. Yeah, let's do that. So how does this work out? We can make this a 2/2, which would require multiple blockers. I don't know what pumping this is gonna do. It's gonna do for us. See, if we are forced to use Sure Strike during the combat, we won't be able to play our blocker post combat. So let's just bash in with this. They'll probably chump. If they don't, we'll react accordingly. And let's see, what they could have instant speed most likely is Command the Storm. So, okay, no blockers. I kind of expected to jump there. They have so many 1/1s. It's not like they're gonna be too relevant. But opponent is at a healthy life total, so guess then can afford to take some damage there. Okay, Shield Mage. Okay, so now I believe we attack. We'll do the most passive attack we have. We'll attack with the Stalwart and the Scout. It does not prompt any action from our opponent. Okay. Give it flying as soon as opponent lets us. The annoying thing about Courier is that it keeps passing priority to our opponent even if they don't have full control mode on, so it kind of slows down the game. See, like, even if they don't have an instant here, the game is asking them for confirmation. So yeah, we're attacking them for 6. Wow, no blockers still. So our opponent feels very comfortable. They do have the Shield Mage as a free attack, but we're at a healthy life total. We don't need to play Luminous Bonds or anything like that. We just won't block this if they choose to attack. So see what they do. Wow, no, absolutely no attacks. You should be attacking with this opponent. So here we could, I don't know what we could do. We could attack with both of these, or just the scout. We could also attack with the Bargent. This is an interesting line. We have lethal here. They don't have anything, and I'm kind of tempted to take that line, just because it's fancy. We can attack with the Sergeant, trigger the Scout, make the Scout fly, hit them for 4, sure strike this, and this will deal damage before they can gain lifelink. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Let's move to combat. Since we are at a very good board position, we only have one card in hand. That's what's bugging me. That's what's bugging me here. I want to do it. I don't know. It's probably too much. But they need to have either Command the Storm or Intervention. Whatever. So we're gonna pay 2. This will fly. Again, I really wish they didn't have these cards which are putting the priority on the opponent. So, okay. We'll sure strike this. And do we win? We do win. Again, if opponent had removal, he would have probably already spent it on the scout. So, okay, we went for a risky line there, but it paid off. And we go 3-0. Like this. So, okay, move on to match 4. Yeah, so as I said, I usually don't like aggro in Sealed, but in Sealed you usually just wanna, the strategy will be play all your bombs, try to splash if you can, play all your bombs and removal, but I think Boros is just so well supported in the set that you oftentimes, I believe like 40, I'm just making up this number, but 40% of the time you will be given a decent Boros pool. And it will play out quite nicely. I have gotten 7 wins with Boros already in Sealed. So, I didn't talk about our hand. I like it. There are no 2-drops, there's no removal, but our deck will supply us with removal as the game goes on, I'm sure. And we have a bit of a delayed curve, but a curve nonetheless. See what opponent does here. As we saw, the Blade Instructor can be very poor in a few matchups. That's why we're playing the combat tricks. So okay. Opponent can take a card from us. Do we care? Do we care? Do we attack? What do we do here? I don't think we attack. I don't want to trade the take card for the imp. It's not like we have much to protect in our hand. And it will delay us a bit. I'm just gonna play MC Hammer here and pass turn. If they choose to discard it now, it will be a huge tempo loss. They need to do something about the board. So it's not like they will be able to activate it right away. Okay, Midnight Reaper. This card is absolute value. I'm not glad to see it on the other side of the board. But it does not do much in the form of stopping our attacks. But it will gain opponent quite a bit of value, and that is not good for us. Okay, opponent now has a 2-2, which forces our take card. But we're still attacking here. It's so bad because opponent's getting such card advantage now due to the Midnight Reaper, which is very annoying. So yeah, not much we can do here, so let's just bash. Opponent is pretty much forced to block. When they do, we'll take card. And that is just a lot of negative value for us here. We're spending a card to give them a card. Yeah, not too happy about this. Wait, why didn't that trigger? Oh, it's an. Oh, I didn't know that. So not tokens do not trigger Reaper. Well, I'm still learning about the set apparently. Well, that's a pleasant surprise for sure. That's one less card for us to deal with. And we have quite the menacing board. We have a terrible wall coming up. Walls are typically very bad against Boros since it does not stop us from triggering Mentor. So they're throwing the wall away, gaining a bit of life there. Drawing a card, so yeah, Midnight Reaper is doing just so much right now. And it's not like Luminous Bond does anything. So we can attack with both. And they won't have too favorable blocks there. We actually can do more. We can play the Bargent. So we're still just getting one Mentor trigger. But it's a powerful attack. We're gonna do that. The fact that the Monument has Trample is very good for us. And we're putting a lot of pressure. So, okay, he's trading. Let's see what he does. Yeah, this is a good block from our opponent. He's taking 9, but he's getting a card, and he can set up good blocks for next turn. But we can really deal... Oh, jeez, that is absolute value. At least it's a trade. It's trade. Actually, we have lethal. That's good for us. We have lethal. Yeah, game over. Nice. So yeah, Boros doing its thing. Boros doing work. I should try this in Constructed. I just really like it. Speaking a bit of Constructed now, in Arena, I have been seeing less of Mono Red and more of Golgari midrange, and the Reaper is just an insane card in the Golgari midrange mirror, or versus Golgari midrange in general if you're playing it on Abs and Knights on a different deck. So yeah. Okay, move on to round 5, see what we're up against here. This hand is amazing. I even like that we're on the draw because we will have good opportunity to draw into our third land. Opponent mulligans to 6. We're very fine with that. We'll keep our 7 card hand. Take top Dirt Scry and play Selesnya. Okay. Yeah, if they don't play a blocker soon, they will be in big trouble. Yep, that spells trouble for our opponent. Play the plane, so we have the option to take card. Attack with this. No effects. Let's think a bit here. We have the Challenger and the Sword. I have absolutely no criteria between either of these. We're just gonna play. This is actually the better one in this situation. Actually, they can play the 3-2. If they play the 3-2, we wanna... I don't know, actually. I don't care too much. It's just... 2 2s with Mentor. 2 power with Mentor. See? Same thing. So, what are we doing here? I think we want to be mana efficient and just Luminous Bonds. Even though Take Hard works out. Actually, let's just attack with everything. Actually, play the land and attack with everything. We can do some knife stuff here. Actually, we're gonna pump. I like this. I like this play. I didn't see it immediately. We're gonna pump this pre-combat. So the Goblin's gonna pump the Stalwart. And now opponent Probably. Oh, actually now, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm in. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I think that was a punch. So yeah, we couldn't save the banner then. Yeah, that was a mistake. We should have just attacked with both of them. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. Still a fine board and a fine play. So yeah, let's bash in for 3 with 2 combat tricks as backup. Now we just play the Hammer Dropper. Again, the Hammer Dropper is a card that is much better than it looked to me on the spoiler. It just plays off removal spells, actually pump spells very nicely. So here we are actually not going to use our pump spells. We're just going to Luminous Bonds this. So let's play this as a tap play. Yeah, let's Luminous Bonds this. We don't need to have a combat trick up, so let's just play the stamp. Opponent's already, yeah, opponent can't do much about this. Alright, what is that? 5-0? Yep, 5-0 with Boros. Move on to match C6. We're definitely running hot here. Opponent's mulligan in a bit, but our deck's very solid. I was worried about the creature count, but things have been working out quite nicely for us. And we haven't drawn our worst card once, which is the Book Devourer. It's definitely way too expensive. I would not have liked it. There was only one situation so far that we would have liked to have drawn it, which was at that very long board stall in the mirror. But yeah, let's hope it stays tucked away inside our deck. So we're up against Chase here. Okay, we're on the play, and this is a mulligan, I believe. We have, I believe, 10? We have 9 or 10. I think just 9. We have 9 white sources. I don't want to take a chance here. Not worth it. Okay, yeah, this is... I cannot keep this at all. This is also garbage, but we'll stop at 5. We're still making a 1-2 play here, so opponent cannot hiccup too much. Opponent playing Demir, removal will be very rough for us. Again, our old mantra, let's hope they play blockers instead of removal. Because we can definitely deal with blockers. So we're gonna pump this. Bash and trigger. Good stuff, good stuff. We can win this on the mull to 5. Let's see what happens here. Okay, this is not good enough for them. We can bash in for 2 in the air. See what happens. Ugh, look at this. The worst card in the worst situation possible. So, yeah, I think we're just hitting them for 3 in the air. And that's a 5-turn clock, which isn't much, but it's definitely something. Yeah, opponents just has definitely the card advantage part of this game locked down. We'll see if we can go for the win before it gets out of hand. So what do we have here? We can Luminous Bonds this, but they pass with 6 card in hand and 4 mana available. They have one of 3 things, I believe. A counter spell, the 4 mana one, or the 3 mana one. The 4 mana modal removal spell, which taps and kills, or they have Whisper Agent. So Usually I would want to play either Bonds or Blade Instructor and keep our attack, but I'm just not gonna play a spell here and go for the attack on the air. This does not get blown out by Whisper Agents or anything. Yeah, this is only the removal spell, which we could not play around either way, and we also get to play the Blade Instructor second main phase. Also, would we want to pay 2 to give our dead creature flying? Not too interested in that, so we're just gonna play this. Best case scenario, opponent plays Notion Rain and pass turn. Okay, this is almost like that. Opponent does a bit of nothing. We'll remove that. Hopefully draw land so we can also play Take Heart. Okay, none of that, so... Do we have other plays? We don't. We can attack, pump the banner and have Take Heart open, but they just block and block. We'll kill the Walker, but they'll keep the Informant. So we're just gonna bonds this. Bonds this. We have no attacks and we pass turn. Still a rough game for us. We have caused a lot of damage and we still have 2 menacing creatures. Wow, that is completely unexpected for me. 100 bashes in for 1. If they do that, play Dowser of Lights. Play Dowser of Lights, opponent. No, don't play that, opponent. Jesus. Yeah, that is over. This game is over. We got the game 1 sideboard. Yeah. That 2 for 1 is very rough. Also, they surveilled, I believe they surveilled only the island. Actually, they had the informant. I don't know how they surveilled, actually. I don't know if they put that island there with the informant or the removal. Oh no, actually they put it with the vapors. So they surveilled 1 to the top. Not a good sign. So Night Veil Predator, great card against her removal. Oh, so rough. So rough. I just hope he keeps attacking with this, because if to take this down, it's gonna be a 2 for 1 since it also has Death Touch. I like this attack. I like this attack a lot. So what are you gonna do after that? Play a Watcher. Okay. Don't mind that. See how they surveil. They have 3 cards in the bin. Wow, they scribe both to the top. Not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Look at this. Look at our worst card, taunting us. But actually, yeah, it's very bad in this board state. Okay, to get a free Severed Strand. Severed Strand is very good against Luminous Bonds. It becomes a 1 for 1, as you want your removal spells to be. So we get hit for 4, opponent with no fear. Bashing in there. They also gain a bit of life from strands, which is annoying. Don't see us winning this game. Yeah, we'll just see what we draw. And for the sake of time, we're gonna concede. We don't have outs here. So, okay. We're just gonna make one quick check, see if we have something. I want to see if we have something to substitute for Book Devourer. We have all of these cards. I don't want another pump spell. That is just way too much. Maniacal Rage is too risky. Cosmotronic Wave is good. Color is good. And Punch is good. good with massive restrictions. I don't know. Are we ever gonna be happy drawing Book Devourer? I don't think so. We really want to go fast. Let's cut this. It's not like it serves the function of creature that we want from our creatures. I've never played Gravitic Punch, actually. I think it's a bad card. I definitely think it's a bad card, but it might be our 23rd card here. Last game it would have been horrible, like 4-mana deal too. Let's just play the color. I think the color is gonna be better than the Book Devourer the vast majority of the time. Even if we are already playing a lot of removal. Don't mind playing one more. So, okay, up against Voted the Dome. Let's see what we get dealt here. And we'll play with that. Okay. Bad hand. Mulligan. And an okay hand. Keep. We go first. They're still deciding on their 7. We still have not cast Resurgence. I believe LSV said you would play this 10% of the time. It's definitely a good mode to have, and response is quite powerful. Just better Gideon's Reproach. Okay, Barrier of Bones, good right now, won't be good forever. I don't particularly want to play a removal spell on this, even though we have a lot of them. Let's see what opponent does here. What is this? Beetle? Put it here. Put it here. Put it here. Damn it. Okay, what are we doing here? Yeah, we have so many removal spells. We'll be a bit wasteful here. We don't have an answer for the Barrier of Bones. Another way. Like, ideally we would draw like the 3/1 mentor creature and the Barrier of Bones would become irrelevant. But I want to start pressuring our opponent here. Hopefully draw a second creature as soon as possible. We're playing so few creatures. 14 creatures in Sealed, in creature-based aggro. It's definitely not ideal. But yeah, let's just keep trading blows. And keep saying our mantra. Opponent, please play blockers instead of removal. Because at this moment, for instance, a removal spell would just set us back to the Stone Age for sure. So, what is this? Canopy. Okay. What are we doing about this? We can either let them block and response, or intervention before this resolves. So we're basically seeing what is gonna be better in the late game. If it's gonna be this or this. Let's just do this. I like that this can. Not only is this Resurgence, which can be good if we go into a board stall, but it also response can take care of creatures that intervention cannot. So okay. What is opponent gonna do? Chemistry's Insight. Very passive play here, but yeah, things are not looking good for us as we keep not drawing creatures. You know what? I actually think the Lizard, the 5-mana 3/3 vanilla, is better than the Book Devourer. I'm just dissing the Devourer too much. It's okay. Okay, Crawl Swarm. Interesting. A creature that cannot block towers, but it's definitely winning the race for us. Oh, nice. Bleeding Structure. Really wish you came sooner, but this is still a good draw here. If opponent overextends a lot, we can just kill them with Resurgence. We can attack for exactly 12. So check out this, and we're gonna hold on the planes to play it around the red. Actually, we're still in combat, my bad. So here's the Christmas land play. They attack with everything, replay Chemist's Insight, then we play Resurgence and attack for 12. That would be my dream, and I don't think that's what's gonna happen, of course. Opponent with 5 cards in hand and the Insight in the bin. We have pretty much response Resurgence, but we do have a pretty decent attack next turn. Golgari Locket, which is pretty passive. Go opponent. Go opponent. Tap out. Attack with both. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. You know I won't block. Okay. If we don't draw anything relevant, we're playing Resurgence. Okay, nice. So let's play Resurgence. We're attacking with. Also, our creatures gain first strike, so opponent will not be able to take down our Blade Structure. So if they don't have anything here, they're taking 9. So they're in a rough spot, for sure. But they have a lot of resources too, so let's see how the game pans out. Also, did I play this on the correct moment? Yeah, what happened? Okay, now we're moving on to second combat. Yeah, okay, we can. I was just afraid that we had to like play this during the second main phase, but okay. So okay, they chomp on the second combat, and as expected, they go down to 3. They have a removal spell and 2 lethal attackers. Let's see how this turns out. But it needs to do a thing, a powerful thing. That is very passive. And are you dead? Go play big blocker. Big blocker, big butt blocker. Is this big? No, that is a small butt blocker. Boo. Can't attack. Cannot attack. Okay, so we can either attack with both, or we can attack with the Stalwart. I'm not sure what do we want to do. If we attack with both, they can block chump and block. Is this important? If I attack with just this, they can chump and leave this, but that is bad. If I attack with just this, they can block, threaten to kill it, and then I kill it. Then I will have both still. I don't know. I wonder if there's a big difference between attacking with one and attacking with both. Because, yeah, this was the expected result. Yeah, whatever. whatever. Guess what? I wish opponent played a blocker, a big bug blocker, instead of removal. What a surprise. Oh Jesus, that okay. Yeah, we're oh that is a tragedy. And we don't have any haste, we don't have much of anything, really. So let's see. If we attack with just the stalwart, they would have a creature, we would have our instructor at this point, so we would attack, they could train. Yeah. Yeah. Things did not look good for our hero here. It came close. Just not enough. I think the worst part was Blade Instructor just took too much time to get in. Also, I was being very hopeful that they would attack with the Beetle and the Crawl Swarm, but yeah, they made the right play. It's not. I would definitely not block with the Instructor, and it would leave me open to just attack with a lot. I'm not conceding here because I just don't know too much about what we have left in the deck. We have a couple 4-drops. Like say we draw a hammer guy. We can do some damage. I want opponents to give us yeah. Basically we're just gonna play for a while here. Yeah. Like they still have this in the yard. But yeah, as I said, I don't know what's left in their deck. In our deck, I mean. Don't remember too much. Actually, we have direct damage in the form of intervention. We had that. That is good to remember. So opponent goes up to 5, takes up Vraska to 5. Okay, we're not winning this. Good game. We go to 5-2, I believe. Move on to match 8. So, yeah. Gonna take a quick look. See if there's anything we want. Chromatic Lantern. Gravitic Punch. Look at Gravitic Punch. Just think about it. Actually, let's just go balls to the wall. Cut the color for the Maniacal Rage. This is actually my first time playing it. Playing competitive constructed, I always keep an eye out for it in the sideboard, but it's just such a risky card. Especially in our low creature deck, but I don't know, I'm just not happy about our 23rd card, our 23rd spell. But again, I mostly just wish to not draw it. Let's find him. I believe we're on the plane. Yeah, we are on the plane. So we do want to draw land number 3. So here's what we're going to do with this Maniacal. We're playing this. We're playing this when we need to enable lethal. Also maybe enable. Oh god, this is annoying. So let me think. I'm just playing white. This can block this forever. We can play the instructor. God, I really don't want to Maniacal Rage the Goblin. Can just. I'm just. See, this is why I don't play auras. Now we're just opening ourselves up for instantly losing pretty much. If this gets taken care of, we're not coming back. We're hoping the opponent's removal line. So opponent does not chump. Not sure what that means exactly. Okay, opponent's playing Forest, apparently. So good thing that the banner is outside. It is outside protection range. Let's see. What is this gonna be? Sure strike? Sure strike, and we lose? No, just a chump block. Okay. So now we played Blade Instructor. Next turn, if opponent does nothing, we can pump this pre-combat and get a trigger on the Blade Instructor. So, see what opponent does here. Can also play blocker, and then we bonds and attack with just the banneret. Also, just quick note on the rage. The rage stops the creature from blocking. So it's not just the card from M19 and worse. It's just different. You can put it on an enemy creature, and then it will not be able to block. That is a good play if you're looking for lethal and stuff like that. So what are we doing here? This is an awkward spot for us. I would like to play the monument, really. I think we're just gonna play the Fountain tapped, bonds this, and since we had to bonds this, we will not be able to attack with the Instructor, since we did not have the mana to pump this. If we pump this and attack with everything, the Blade Instructor would be viable to trade with the banner, which is not ideal, of course. So let's see what opponent does. Hopefully he gives us some time to play the monument, or to pump this another time. Something like that. We'll see what we are dealt here. Opponent still has a lot of resources. Okay, so a Hammer Dropper. Not the best block. Oh, that is okay. Our path is clear. We're gonna bonds this. We're gonna pump this. And we're gonna teach the Blade Instructor how to be a 4/4. Also, a very good upside here is that now the Blade Instructor can pop the banner doing their little mentor dance here. Just a very fun interaction for sure. But now we're all out of removal spells, so now our opponent's blockers are going to be relevant, but our dude's getting pretty beefy here. So, opponent needs to do something. Otherwise, we can just pump this and win. Okay, current on the Instructor. So, we're going to take this opportunity. We can pump the strengths, which is 6. We can deal 9. We can either deal 9 and pass turn, or deal 5 and play the monuments. What number were those? 5 and play the monument, or put them to 2 life. Yeah. Attack. Pump this once. It's a 5/3. Leave them to 2. We only have 1 direct damage card. We're just gonna develop our board here. Having 2 creatures opponent with an empty board is just a lot. Of course, both of these cannot be dealt with by the direct current, so we're in a commanding position in this board right now. Opponent's gonna need a lot. here. More than I believe he will have. And if we draw a spell here, especially like a bump spell, removal spell, we're in great shape. So what's it gonna be? What is it gonna be? It's taking their time. If they're still in this game, I do expect them to have quite a bit of choices here. They're in a rough spot with 4 cards in hand and the current in the bin. So, okay, played out their land. Interesting because they still have that. Okay, that is bad for them. Is that all? The recruit. Okay, this is okay. This is bad. Opponent's in a bad spot. Feel sorry for them. So, okay. What goes on here? He cannot double block. And yeah, not much to think about here. Just some quick okay, let me think. Okay, there is actually only one trigger, only the Sergeant's triggering. So the Sergeant will pump the Monument for sure since it has Trample. Is this lethal? Oh, no, opponent can go to 1 or 2. But yeah, opponent will trade here and chump here. And that puts opponent to 2 to life. So yeah, now I think they don't have reasonable ways to get out of this. There are no Lyras in the set and stuff like this. He could like Lightning Helix this. He would be alive then. But still not in a good position. And we win. Okay, Maniacal Rage, our 23rd card, giving us the win, enabling early attackers, putting our guy outside of static shock range. So okay, we're down to our finals. Playing for the glory and the money being 400 gems. See what we get paired up against. This was a very interesting league. We started off, it was very video gamey. We started off with very easy matches that we just steamrolled our opponent and got served some pretty tricky matchups. So this has been fun. Let's see how our finals pan out here. Taking a bit of time. I'm not exactly sure what the criteria are for matchups. I believe that the first criteria is opponent with similar win records from you. In that specifically, like where are you in the game? But it's not like Hearthstone where this criteria is like almost always obeyed. Okay, this hand is bad, I think. Yeah, on the play I'm not keeping this. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Definitely a rough spot for us. Opponent keeps 7. We have a lot of air. Blade Instructor, not a good creature to be alone. If it's 1 toughness, it's just get stonewalled a bit too often. Let's see how our opponent prevails. The other side of that is a weird card like a bounce spell and a discard spell. It's a 1-for-1 with Temple with Antigen. Most of the time you just cast Discover. So they put 1 on top and drew it. So we'll start playing our creatures. Kind of awkward that next turn we cannot play the monument and take cards, so let's just hope one does not play a blocker. Okay. I think I'm just gonna offer to trade because this is good against the monument too, so whatever. I would definitely take the trade if I was the opponent, since we mold so much. Yeah, I don't see us winning this game. We are down to 3 cards. Opponent has... Yeah, this should be over here. Maybe they will... Here's the deal. We obviously do not Maniac Rage. If we Maniac Rage, they definitely don't block. Our out is basically we attacking, then blocking. They have no reason to block, they did not do that. So yeah. So this is gonna get rid of both our creatures. And we're left with nothing on the board. And nothing in hand, to be honest. 17 points of life. Plays a Pitiless Gargant. Okay, we draw a non-creature. Spybug. Okay, what are we doing here? Owner has the Spybug. I almost want to see what we draw, but we won't be able to see what we draw and intervention. I don't know. I'm not gonna intervention here. Okay. Not gonna draw any creatures either. So what's it gonna be? We take 3. Yeah. Well, good game, opponent. Yeah, I forgot to send a thingy. So yeah, deck turned out alright, and it had one clear flaw that we went very well when we went up against deck with a small amount of removal, and we drew a reasonable amount of creatures. So playing 14 creatures was rough, but the games that did not crush us, we did fine. So we ended up on a nice 6-3. So yes, thanks for watching. Oh, nice, we got the vault sooner than I expected. I actually have a lot of Guilds of Ravnica cards, so yeah, already a 4th copy of that. So yeah, I'm just rambling about my collection now. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for more arena gameplay. So yeah.